Oh, hello, hello. It's me, Jake. I'm here. It's a daily brief. Oh, is that better? This now or now? This way or this way? It's good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. We're live on Friday for the Happy Half Hour. It is October 15th, and I'll be appearing tonight at the Improv in Hollywood. Amy, I can see that you're here. Greetings to you. Now let's see if I can get the other thing. As you can probably tell, there's no Mevo today. It's old school phone machine. Doing it old school with the phone machine. Had a lovely jiu-jitsu practice class today, and yes, hello from Detroit, finally tuning in live. Well, it's good to see you, Amy. I'm glad you're here. Rich DeChooch is also watching. Joan is here. Hello, Rich. Hello, Joan. Happy Hump Day, Rich. Yeah. Happy Friday, Flavia. Yes. It is Friday. It's finally here. Feels like this week went by fairly quickly to me. There was a lot going on, and now it's Friday. I've got just a little bit more to do before. I used to work on weekends, and this weekend I'm working again. And it's amazing how few comedy sets I can have, and how just one of them kind of bums me out. You got your martini ready, Rich. Awesome. Howdy, Christopher. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm not having a happy hour beverage right now today because I've got a set at the Improv in Hollywood tonight, so I'm getting ready to do that. No drinking before show business. I know that some people have different ideas about how to do show business. That includes a lot of drinking, but I found that to not be effective for me. So it's Friday. I've re-begun my cold water swims in the ocean, so I'm doing that. Do the Jerrys have weekend plans? Rachel, excellent question. I think, tonight I'm going to do a set, and Lady Jerry what is she doing? She's got something that she's doing too. I think hers is a virtual thing that she's doing this evening. And then tomorrow we've got a pretty easy day. We've got some bit of socializing on Sunday. We had some visitors planned for Saturday, but it seems like they flaked out. And so we're kind of on our own until Sunday. Although Lady Jerry's having visitors right now. She had a friend here when I got home from jiu-jitsu, and I think she's going to have another friend coming over any minute now. So Lady Jerry's doing great. She still has the facial palsy, but she's mostly out of pain, and that's being managed now completely with the gabapentin. So let's check the fun meter. Oh my goodness, we're dipping into the maximum on the fun meter. This is unprecedented during cancer time. So very excited to get the fun meter this far up into the fun. I don't know why the fun zone is red. It seems like it should be a different color. But then again, I didn't make the fun meter. I'm just utilizing it for comedic purposes. Yeah, we're fun again, Rich. Yeah, I don't know how it happened. Keith, greetings to you in Florida. Good to see you. Mr. Predicto, should we have a question from the question box? I don't think it's a bad idea.
Everything points to no.
Ooh, everything points to no. Mr. Predicto, I'd like to honor your feelings, so instead of the new question box, we'll have a question from the old question box. How about that? You do what you want. You consult the stars and the psychics, and you can go to a chiropractor, but do what you want. Greetings to you, Ed, there in Oakland. What's the most interesting museum you visited? Most interesting museum. I love a good art museum. The weirdest, not most interesting, but in Iceland, in Reykjavik, Iceland, there's a penis museum. Some guy, I guess he got given a whale penis, and so then there's a penis museum in Reykjavik, Iceland. I think the threshold for having something that becomes a tourist attraction in Reykjavik is lower than in other parts of the world because it's very remote. So I visited the Penis Museum. I hear there's a great museum in Tasmania, Hobart, that I'd love to go and visit. I can't even remember the name of it right off the top of my head, but I'm dying to go there. Fanula's godmother, Grace, is down there now, and so maybe we'll be able to get down and visit that museum at some point in the next, I'd like to say in the next year, starting from right now, but I don't think that's going to happen because next year, I think, if we can travel, we, the Jerrys, will be going to visit a family in New Zealand and possibly going to the UK. I think the UK and Ireland is even more possible because Fanula wants to go to college there, and we might have to go see. What it's like. But who knows what it's going to be like. Pick Friday Fun Day. Yes. Hey there, Jan from Chicago. Greetings. Good to see you. Ed used to always visit the Annenberg space for photography every time you come to LA, but is a COVID casualty. Oh, it went under during COVID. Well, we liked going to the Annenberg Beach House. It's they had bought it. It used to be one of what's his name, Hearst's places, but it's really nice. It's like they kept the pool and then they built this workout bathroom thing attached to it, so you have to make plans. But the Annenberg pool in the summertime down here, Ed, is worth a visit, especially if you've got kids. I don't think your kids are little anymore, but you're planning another trip to Los Angeles soon. Should I contact you by smoke signal or carrier pigeon? Rachel, please, will you email me your dates, and I will check that try and do that today, tomorrow, and then maybe we can exchange phone numbers, and then shit's gonna get real. How about that? If the Kimbo, please don't knock on the Kimbo, Joan. I get that that's a joke, but it would, every time I get in there at night to go to sleep, I keep thinking I hear somebody outside. I've got the windows all shut, and if someone just started banging on that thing while I was asleep, it would scare the living scheisse out of me. And once I crap in there, I just think the thrill is going to be gone for Belinda. So please don't knock on the Kimbo. But for joke purposes, I do appreciate that. Oh, we have some travel questions that were given to us before we took our trip by the lovely Rachel. Oh God, why would that be one of the questions? Who's the funniest person on TV? Which author, living or dead, would you like to meet? Which author, living or dead? Which author, living or dead, would you like to meet? It's tricky because, that whole thing about you don't want to meet your heroes because they might be jerks. I'm doing my best to not be a jerk if I'm your hero, but other people are not trying that hard. So, which author would I like to meet? Shadow of the Wind. What's his name? I mentioned him here before. He's dead, so it'd be really tricky to meet him. I did meet is it Tim Robbins, who wrote Still Life with a Woodpecker. I met him one time, and that was definitely awesome. I told you before I had the chance to meet Kurt Vonnegut, and I was too shy and starstruck, so I didn't do that. Ed, you thought you saw your name at the Improv last night. You may have seen me on the ad for last night, but I'm there tonight, unless I missed a night, in which case I'll hear about that. Carlos Ruiz Zafon. Yes, thank you, Ed. That's right. So I'd like to meet him. I'd like to meet Kurt Vonnegut. Look, Tom Robbins. I'd go for a seconds on him. You always wanted to meet J.D. Salinger, Flavia. Yeah, that ship has sailed, but the question allows you to meet dead people. and Kurt Vonnegut also defunct. But yeah, it's tricky because they both might be prickly. People who've been famous for a long time have a very low tolerance. Pick, you met William Goldman. William Goldman, that's a solid one right there. I'd be into that. I'd be into that. Earl, you picked Kurt Vonnegut too? That's interesting. Yeah, I think he would be a fun, sarcastic hang. The question is, Earl, if you met Kurt Vonnegut and wherever you met him, I don't know, I'd probably be coffee. I think it'd probably be a coffee date with Kurt Vonnegut, but I could also go for a beer or a martini with Kurt Vonnegut. And the question is, would you also smoke a cigarette? Because I think he really liked those Pall Malls, which is amazing that he lived as long as he did smoking those Pall Malls. But that can backfire on you. So tonight in my show, I think I'm going to talk a little bit about cancer, but we'll see. Oh, Christopher, Neil Gaiman. Yes, that's an excellent choice. I also enjoy Neil Gaiman. HF Friday. Hey, who? Happy effing Friday, Ouija? I think that's what you mean. I'm at a little loss for conversation. I hope this doesn't happen tonight at the Improv, that I get on stage and freeze her up. But I think I'm going to go on. I think I'm going to start off a little bit about being married, and then maybe I'm going to do a joke about our daughter, then a joke about being married. Carl Ray Bradbury, I think that is also an interesting choice, and he might be a fun hang. I think Philip K. Dick would be rough going, but interesting. We just started watching Foundation on Apple TV, and we've been enjoying it. We're 2 episodes in. I see, Earl, you're saying you'd let Kurt Vonnegut smoke in front of you, alcohol for you because it's Kurt Vonnegut. Okay, I get it. Isaac Asimov, that's what I was just talking about, Foundation. And Lady Jerry and I've been enjoying it. And the second episode ends with quite a shocker WTF cliffhanger. So we're very excited to get into that. Talk about fallen heroes like Eric Clapton. I can't remember why Eric Clapton fell. I hear probably because he's sort of notoriously a little bit of a jerk. But then again, aren't we all? You've not seen Foundation yet, Ed. Well, I'm recommending the first 2 episodes. After that, you're on your own. But I'll get back to you next week. Oh, anti-vax. Oh my God. I just don't understand the anti-vaxxers. We just got our 3rd shot on Tuesday. I think I mentioned, did I mention that? Lady Jerry and I went and got our 3rd shot, our booster, because she's at risk because of cancer. Her immunity is down. And then I got it because I'm around her all the time and I can't get the thing. They didn't ask a lot of questions. You can get your 3rd shot. If you want it, you can get it. But we got it. We know the pharmacist there from New Orleans, and she is awesome. And she told us that there are quite a few people coming in and getting their first shot now, which that means that we're going to be a high percentage of people in Santa Monica are going to be vaccinated. You're going to the drive-through COVID clinic at Tasty Freeze. Ouija, you double up a little bit in Alaska, or does it, as you get towards winter, does the Tasty Freeze close down and it's just a drive-through clinic from then on? Not sure. Todd, greetings. Good to see you. Booster time for you too, Ed. Yeah, I have to say, oh, look, we got the shot on Tuesday and my arm was sore Tuesday. I went to jiu-jitsu on Wednesday. My arm was sore and I was feeling pretty tired. When I got out of jiu-jitsu class on Wednesday after the shot on Tuesday, I had to come home and just lie the F down for the rest of Wednesday. And to be honest, I was tired. I felt tired yesterday too. But then again, that's a thing that happens to me. I feel tired. I did manage to get my truck serviced and swim in the ocean yesterday in spite of the fact that I was tired. So that was good. Wow, Ouija, that is a great fact. Alaskans were the number one per capita ice cream consumers. Yeah, well, I said that makes sense to me. If you can't beat the ice cream, join it. That's what I would say. And I guess that's one of the beauties of being in Alaska. You get a very slow melt when you're eating your ice cream. So I'm ready. When I come to Alaska, I'm definitely going to try the ice cream. Going back to see your first live comedy next Friday since the pandemic. Ryan Hamilton at Cobb's. Ed, good choice. Ryan is a very funny guy, and at least the last time I saw him and talked to him, he's very clean. So if you're in the Bay Area, you want to go see a great comedy show, go see Ryan Hamilton at Cobb's next week with Ed. if he'll have you, and if he won't, you can go anyway. Great choice, Ed. I love Ryan. Ouija, you're saying ice cream may be defined as frozen Miller High Life. Not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if frozen beer. I think we've all had that beer in the where it's been in the freezer. You put the beer in the freezer as soon as you get somewhere, and then you think you're going to cool it off fast, and you drink the first two and forget that the other four are in there, and it turns out frozen. Not crazy about frozen beer, I have to say. Frozen beer slushy, not my favorite. And beer and ice cream, never tried it. Doesn't sound good, but can't rule it out. What would I try? Some hard kombucha and a kind of a caramel swirl ice cream might be good. But then again, Dimitri Martin is touring, Pick says. Yep, well, Dimitri, also a solid choice for your comedy dollar. I'd go see Dimitri. I've seen him here in the neighborhood at the farmer's market, but not since COVID. I hope he's well. I hope I'm well. I'm not sure if I'm well half the time, I gotta say. I've had my ups and downs. Went to my first men whose wives have cancer support group last night, and that was very good. Belinda encouraged me to do that, and it was the right choice to see and listen to some other guys who are going through what I'm going through, and sadly to feel a little bit lucky, because this cancer is a real mofo, and there's definitely people who've got it worse than us. Not that that's why I went to the support group, but that was one of the takeaways. The thing that they greeted me with when I first got in there was sorry to meet you, which is definitely the case. You go to the cancer support group and it's nice to meet people, but everybody wishes that everybody else wasn't in there. Frozen hurricanes are in the same spirit in the to-go cup. Frozen hurricanes, yeah, I think a frozen fruity drink is better than a frozen beer, but then again, who knows? You've seen Ryan Hamilton at Cobb's before and invited a couple since he's a safe choice. Our safe choice list involves others. Is me? Oh, well, I'm safe, but I do curse a little bit. Tom Papa, Nate Bergatz, Ryan Hamilton. That is some awesome company, Ed. I'm happy to be in that. I'm happy to be in that group, and I'd be happy if those guys would have me. I think they would. I don't know Nate, but those other two guys, man, if I could be on a show where it was me and those three guys, wow. That's how I'd finish it up. Just a victory tour around the planet a couple times with those guys, and then hit the showers. Maybe a little microdosing some mushrooms. That was the conversation I left in the kitchen. Lady Jerry was talking to her friend about microdosing mushrooms, and she said, Lady Jerry, that's what she said. She said she couldn't be microdosing mushrooms because she's doing the cancer thing, but maybe she would support me doing it. I'm going to straighten up this camera. That was bothering me a little bit. It probably didn't bother you. So maybe I'm going to be doing some microdosing mushrooms. Pick. You had a hurricane for breakfast in New Orleans, but it wasn't frozen. Wow. I've never had a hurricane. I'm not. I have to say, I've had a hurricane, but I'm not crazy about them. I'm a bourbon and water guy, and what I really love for breakfast in New Orleans, I know it's a bit on the nose, but a Bloody Mary, not the one with the bacon and the shrimp, but I do like a little bit of pickled okra, maybe a pickled bean, an onion, that kind of vegetation in my pickled vegetation in my Bloody Mary. And what I like to do when I'm in New Orleans, what I like to do is I get the Bloody Mary, and then I also get an Abita Amber beer, and I sip that along with the Bloody Mary. I learned that in Iowa, the restaurant that I worked at. When you ordered a Bloody Mary at Aunt Maud's in Iowa back in the 80s, they bring you the Bloody Mary, and then they bring you a small, 6-ounce beer to sip along with it. And that was such a good idea. And once I tried to do that here, when I came back from Jazz Fest, and the waiter said, "I'm sorry, sir, but we can't bring you 2 drinks at the same time because of California state law." And look, I'm happy to live in California. We've got some other great laws that are helping us out. But that state law where you're not allowed to have a Bloody Mary and a beer back, I think we finally figured out a way that he could do it. If I ordered the beer after I had the Bloody Mary, I don't know. But it was a real complicated... I had to work hard to convince him I was not an alcoholic or that I wasn't in some kind of booze danger. You were at a wedding over the weekend, Rachel, and everyone around you was ordering old fashions. So Jason got one, took a sip, then said, "Oh, that's right, I don't like mixed drinks." I'm not crazy about the old fashioned. I can handle the Manhattan. Old fashioned, a little too sweet. But even the Manhattan, you're trying too hard. Bourbon, ice, water. That's enough. That's what I need. Vodka, ice. Game over. Some olives. Although I do like the Bloody Mary, if I'm getting that. If I'm getting breakfast in New Orleans. Otherwise, I'm not a midday Bloody Mary drinker. Just for breakfast. I do have to say, when I'm on that morning flight somewhere and I don't have to do a show that night, sometimes if I get upgraded to first class, I have the Bloody Mary with the eggs. So nice. Christopher, there's an amazing breakfast place in Milwaukee that serves 6-ounce Miller High Life with their Bloody Marys. Blue's Egg. All right, Christopher, that is an excellent tip, and I'm interested. Although when I'm working on the road, I don't do day drinking. So it's hard for me to imagine that when am I going to be in Milwaukee where I won't be doing a comedy show that night. It could happen. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. Maybe I do the show and then the next morning my flight doesn't leave until 2 p.m, so I go to the Blue's Egg and I get myself a Bloody Mary with a beer back. That's how I think I'm going to do it. I'm glad I was able to work this out with you here. Pick. You usually stick to screwdrivers for medicinal purposes. Yes, well, that's one of the reasons I like the bourbon and water. It's got the poison and the antidote right in the same glass. So screwdrivers get your vodka and your orange juice. Your favorite is Bombay Sapphire and Diet 7-Up. Pick. Diet 7-Up? There's not enough 7-Up in a Bombay Sapphire. Anyway, don't let me tell you how to do it. You know what you're doing. Who am I? What am I, some kind of life coach? You enjoy your Bombay Sapphire and a Diet 7-Up. You enjoy it. And maybe think of me the next time you take a sip. I'd be flattered. And I'll think of all of you tonight when I have a sip of I'm going to have a martini, I think, after my show. I may get there early enough where I get to have well, I don't want to eat before I go on. Well, this is silly talk. New favorite drink, banana hammock. OJ and bananas 99. I don't know what bananas 99 is, but it sounds rough, Doug. Bananas 99. I'm gonna Google that. Just a good tequila to sip on. Todd, yeah, I do like a nice the Patron Silver with ice, or chilled, where they put it on the ice and then pour it off the ice, so it has a little bit of water in it, but not too much. That's nice. It's not the sugar, it's the dryness of the Diet 7-Up. I get you. Okay, got it. Keith, never really been a drinker. Listen, you're lucky. A lot of problems come with drinking. It's not as easy as it looks. A lot of people make it look easy, but it's not as easy as it looks. I think you're probably making the right choice. Pick Ouija. You're telling Ouija that you hate tonic. I like it. I like tonic with gin, a gin and tonic. But man, tonic is just a weird one. I'm not crazy. A gin and tonic on a hot day, I can still enjoy one of those. But a lot of tonic, I'm not into a lot of tonic. Joan, wine equals grapes equals serving of fruit. Well, that's some good rationalizing. You see, Keith, that is the type of thinking that you get into. You get outside the box, not outside the box of wine, but you get outside the box. Wine equals grapes equals serving of fruit. Amy, you love a good Sazerac. The Sazerac, I have to say, I can drink one Sazerac if I have to, if everybody's drinking Sazeracs. But again, I'm back to a nice Knob Creek with some ice. I'd rather have that than a Sazerac. But it's not just about me. It's also about you, Amy. Enjoy your Sazerac. And if we meet one day and you invite me to have a Sazerac with you, I may take you up on that. It depends on, it's got to be the first drink of the night, that's for sure. Just drink plain tonic. Joan, you're a freak. You're a super freak. And I mean that in a nice way. Earl, you're saying tonic is nasty. Yeah, that's my opinion. The British didn't either in India. That's where the gin comes in. Keep the malaria under control. Good thinking. I didn't even see that pith helmet comment, Ouija, until it just came up here. Not all of the comments are appearing for me. But I did shop for a pith helmet one time. Didn't pick one up. Ed, I think we're concluding that Jake will drink one of anything. Yeah, I might. I mean, that's the old Jake. The new Jake, I'm trying not to be that way, but to be sociable, especially if it's something that I haven't had in a while, I might try it. I might. I'm a people pleaser. Let's just say it. Why would I be here if I wasn't? Amy, we have met. You used to work at Zanies in Chicago, 96 to 05. Oh my God, Amy. I am very sad that I don't. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. So sorry about that. And next time I see you, then it's going to be Sazerac time. I think I just made that bed. Now I'm going to have to lie in it. All right. It may be time. It may be time. It may be time. No, it's not time. You know what it's time for? I'm going to ask myself another question from the question box. Then it's going to be time. God, which of your personality traits would you like to change? This is the kind of self-analysis and self-criticism. I'm not really crazy about getting into that. Which of my personality traits, like a thing that I do all the time that I'd like to change. I used to have a tendency to apologize anytime I upset someone, and that you can't just default apologize for everything all the time. But I don't think I do that anymore. What personality trait would I like to change? I'd like to slow my reaction time sometimes to things that I disagree with. I sometimes respond too quickly. I think when someone says something that I disagree with, or that makes me a little bit angry, I tend to react quickly, and I wish I didn't do that. And I'm really trying to change that about myself. I'm trying to build a pause in, and in that pause, I want to consider not saying what I originally thought I was going to say, ever. Altering what I thought I was going to say to get the response that I want from the other person, or, and this is the big one, it's so often our best choice is shut the fuck up. And if you're married, that is especially handy. And I don't mean that as some kind of men need to shut up and do what their wives want. I think that that's generally decent advice. But husbands, wives, everybody, every interaction, if you just shut the fuck up, that is often the right answer. When you get your multiple choice, A, B, C, A is fuck you, B is I don't think so, C is I disagree, and D is shut the fuck up. I'm going with shut the fuck up most of the time. Anyway, there you go. Is Mr. Predicto a prissy attention hog? Yes, Ouija. Mr. Predicto is problematic. So far, I haven't had any trouble out of that moisture meter you sent me, although I don't see where it is right now. I put it somewhere because I was going to go check the moisture on some things and report back. Now I can't remember where it is, but it'll turn up. I'll find that before Tuesday. I can tell you that. So that's my intention, is to see you all on Tuesday, as we have been doing. Cancer hours are Tuesdays and Fridays at 3 p.m. California time. So I look forward to seeing you guys at 3 p.m. on Tuesday. But the show's not over, because it's now time for Seize the Day. It's time to seize the day. Seize the day. Let's seize the day. Okay, it's time to seize the day. And where did I put it? I put it right over here. Tuesday Seize the Day was from Reba McEntire. I think we all remember that. Okay, today's Seize the Day is from Alex Hitchens in the movie Hitch. So I think that was a Will Smith movie, Hitch. Alex Hitchens in the movie Hitch. Today's Seize the Day. Never lie, steal, cheat, or drink. But if you must lie, lie in the arms of the one you love. If you must steal, steal away from bad company. If you must cheat, cheat death. And if you must drink, drink in the moments that take your breath away. Solid advice. Solid advice. It's some advice and also some puns. And so, drink in the moments that take your breath away. All right, that was some good advice. Will Smith gives good advice on his own, and Alex Hitchens gives some great advice as well. So I hope you all have a great weekend. I hope you'll take care of yourselves and each other. That's an order. I hope you'll enjoy some comedy, either in person or online. And I hope you'll be nice to a jerk. I really do, because that's the only way the world's going to get to be better, is if we all try and be nice to a jerk. All right. Finally, don't give up. There'll be plenty of time to give up later. I love all of you guys, and when I say guys, that's not gender specific. It's the way I was brought up in the Midwest. Thanks for the break a leg wishes, Earl. Keith, enjoy painting your deck. All right. Until we meet again, as they say, and that will be Tuesday at 3, if you do as I say. Nobody gets hurt. All right. See you then. Bye-bye.